Okay, today and Wednesday, the next two classes are going to be the building blocks for what we do the rest of the semester. Okay. We're going to talk about two different things. One's called a list, one's called a linked list. And then we're going to learn about data types, ways to work with data throughout the rest of the semester. But everything is going to build on these two thoughts. What we're doing today was something called list, and what we're doing Wednesday was something called a linked list. All right, so let's switch the camera over to here, and I'm going to change my view. Do, 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 do. As always, to me, to speaker. Okay, a list. Now, where's a lot of this coming from? A lot of what I'm getting, and I did mark this on the daily schedule that was part of the syllabus, but this is coming from the NIOF book, and it's chapter 6. Okay. Now, a list is going to be something that is what we call homogeneous. And you've done this already because I'm going to start with we've stored data in an array. Okay. It's a homogeneous list. And what do we mean by that? All the elements are the same data type. Okay. Are we good with that? So if I start out and I start talking about a list, okay, I'm going to draw one. Shooby dooby in an array. This is one way to store a bunch of numbers. I'm going to store it in an array. An array. And I get ready and I start to throw some numbers in. 3, 5, 8, 12, 21. Nice and simple. Baby steps is what we're taking a look at right now. Okay, some things to note about an array. Well, there's one thing that we've learned that they're fairly easy to work with, but okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Who do we have? Where do I find the class list? Do 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 do. No, 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 it's not. It's not. Logan, can you mute? I think that might be the background chat.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't even
That's
realize that.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right. So I have array. This is idea number one. This array is something called static. Anybody quickly want to tell me what I mean by static?
It has a set size.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to use your words. It has a set size, right? It can't change. It can't change. This size is this size. And when I get ready to start working with this, yeah, like we just said, it has a finite length. Or the number of yeah. So if I wanted to store, typically my class sizes are about 25, but all of a sudden I get a big class of 50. I'm like kind of messed up because my program that I wrote for that class is only storing 25. It has a finite length. So one of the cons is I might run out of room. A con of this, I run out of storage. There's another con that goes along with this. Anybody want to guess what it is? Well, what would be the opposite of running out of storage? Would be wasting storage, wasting memory. I'm wasting a bunch of stuff here. So today, this first building block is an array. It's static. What we're going to talk about on Wednesday is something that's a little bit different. It's called dynamic, and that means it can change. I don't have to know exactly how much memory space I need before I start. I'm not wasting memory space. So we have two ideas here: static, dynamic. Static is working with an array. Some good things about this: it's nice and it's sequential. And this list is actually sorted already, which is nice to be, nice to work with when it comes down to go from there. All right. So, we're going back. We have something like num array, and, num array was the name of the array. It was also the memory location, the starting memory location. If it was zero in here, it would be times whatever, but yeah, it wouldn't move across. But if this was integers and this was three, it would know to move over 12 memory spaces. So we would need the name of the array. We would need to keep track of the array size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In this case, it's a size 10. We would need to probably keep track of how many elements there are. Num elements. 2, 3, 4, 5. If I fill the array and say, oh, I want to add one more to the array, and I go, wait a minute, it's full because my number of elements is equal to my array size. So, okay, she's not happy. Okay, so far so good. This is all kind of review, but it's leading into we're going to learn data types, and when we learn new data types, are we going to do them using this static storage, or will they work better with this? What's coming on Wednesday? This dynamic storage. Okay, so if I wanted to say, okay, so this is a new data type to me. We know arrays are not new, but I want to be able to do all of those things to an array that I don't want to have to keep writing. Well, what are some of the things we do to an array? Oh, what's the work that we do here? I want to create a class so I can work with that array and not have to write code every time. So I want to. What do you got? Give me some things we do here. We insert an item. Yes, we're going to insert an item. So I'm creating a class, and one of the functions I'm going to write for this class is called insert. Because once I build this class, I'm going to use it starting next Monday and next Wednesday and da 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 and work with it versus this dynamic one. Well, if I'm going to insert things, what else might I want to do?
Delete things.
Yeah, I might want to delete things. So in this class, a couple of functions that would be ideas, I need to start thinking about doing that. If I'm going to insert, I'm going to delete. What else might I want to do to this array?
Would sorting be one?
Possibly. We're going to assume it's a sorted array to work with, but I'm not saying there's not going to come a time when we create a class and one of the functions is going to be sort, because we're going to talk a lot about sorts down the road. Selection sorts. We had exchange sorts, and we had insertion sorts. Yeah, we're going to build on that and see on these basic concepts which ones it's going to work. What about if I wanted to traverse it? For example, I might want to search through the array. We know there's a sequential search. Since these are sorted, I could jump in the middle and say, is it higher or lower? Higher or lower? Yeah. So, but under traverse, I might want to do something like search. Oh, SEAR CH, good. I might want to display it. Hey, go print out the list. I might want to copy it somewhere. There's a bunch of things that would happen here. Um, yeah. So if I'm thinking functions, I should probably include a constructor or constructors. I don't know. Some questions I'm going to ask myself. When I insert, where do I insert? Oh boy. Concepts for down the road. I may be inserting when I learn about these new data types in the beginning automatically for some reason. I might be inserting at the end for some reason. I might have to insert in the middle. So there's lots of different locations of where I might insert. So the question is going to be, where am I insert? Well, same with delete. Where am I going to delete? Am I going to delete the number 3? Am I going to delete the number 8? Am I going to delete a 20? Well, 20 is not even there. One of the functions that I'm also going to include, and it doesn't seem so relevant now, but I'm going to include something called is empty. How would I know if my current storage is empty? Well, this is an easy one. Is empty would mean the number of elements equals 0. Well, if it's empty, then I don't have to figure out where to insert. It's just going to go in that first spot. If it's empty, I don't have to bother going through my delete. So this is a function. These are like the basic functions that we're going to see over and over and over and over. So far, so good? All right. So is empty. That's a matter of if num elements equals 0. There's going to be times where I am not going to have that simple of a concept, but I'm going to have to do some work to figure out, well, what's my plan to see if it's empty or not? Okay, so keep that in mind. Giant building block today. I have a static data type. We're familiar with it. It's called arrays. Wednesday's going to be a little harder. Insert. I'm going to draw another array. Boom, chicka boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Gonna put in some numbers. 4, 9, 12, 21. Okay. If I asked you to write the function to insert, let's start talking pseudocode. Start talking pseudocode. I don't know why I said it twice. Drives me crazy when people do that. Well, what's the very first thing I want to do?
Check to see if the array has enough room for what you're putting in.
Okay.
Would
What
we
else?
want
What
check
else
to
would
see if
be
it's
like a
empty?
first thing? So the pseudocode is first thing I do is see if it's empty. If it's empty, I'd insert into the first spot. We may also need something called is full. That's what just came up. I'm going to have to check if it's empty. Hopefully, that's already written and tucked away from me somewhere. But in our case, it's going to be easy. Then my next question is going to be, is it full? And then I'm stuck. Well, this is going to start to become a pattern in this course. I need to write pseudocode. And believe me, you're going to get to this point as well. But here's the other super important thing: test data. Give me test data of numbers that you would like to insert in this predefined array. You want to test all cases.
100.
Okay. I'm going to put that down here because that's something that's definitely going to go on the end. The end.
Negative five.
-6.
Let's just go with one. We're going to assume these are all positives. Yeah, this is the beginning. Some more ideas for test data.
7.
7. Yeah, because that's something that would be in the middle. I got that idea there. Okay. So the beginning, the middle.
What about a duplicate?
Yeah, that's something to always, when it comes to test data,
Like
don't
another
throw
12.
don't throw that idea away because we may want to have 2 12s in there. Depending on the data we're storing, there might be multiples. If it is, I don't think it would matter if I put it at the beginning or if I put 9 after it or begin, you wouldn't know which one it is. So that would be just a programmer's preference. Yeah, I check if it's empty. I check if it's full. If it's empty, I put it in the first one. So, I have an if here and what to do. I probably have an else if here, what to do, and then some sort of else. And then I get into a whole bunch of code. So I'm massaging this what I want to do. Once I'm here, I check, does it go, is it less than this? If not, then I need some kind of, and I don't want to use this word pointer, but something to point to the location so that I know where I'm at and be able to move through. On Wednesday, the term pointer is going to come back into play a little more because we're going to start using stuff that we learned in chapter 9. Let's take a little bit and talk about delete. Same array. How about those Nittany lions? 4, 9, 12, 21. Pseudocode. Some ideas of what's going on here.
Check if it's empty again.
Yep. I need to see if it's empty. Do I care if it's full or not? No, because I'm going to be deleting something. Now, yeah, I'm starting to train you the way I need you to think the rest of the semester. I want to delete. Oh boy. Test data. Give me some thoughts on what to delete.
Duplicates again.
Okay. Let's delete 4. What happens? Yeah. We're just coming up with crazy numbers. Let's get rid of 3. Oh, 3's not there, but look where 3 is. It's right there near the beginning. How about 12? Something in the middle. How about 14? How's that change things? I know when I'm deleting, if the number is found and deleted, that num elements is going to have to change. Going to have to come down one. Couple more pieces of test data. 3, 4, boom. 12, something in the middle. 14 doesn't exist. This was the first.
37.
Good. 21, because that's the last element. And yes, 37, something outside that range. So when I'm writing this code, I need to make sure I'm taking care of all of these possible situations. Check if, yeah, and oh boy, I'm gonna need some kind of, I'm still num array just seems kind of good for right now, to keep working with. And I'm gonna have to have a loop of some sort from 0 to how far would I loop?
The number of elements in the array.
Number of elements minus 1. Yeah, I'd have to go from 0 to 3. Now, we're doing a lot of thinking. We're not doing much typing right now. The more and more you get into this, the more and more there's going to be thinking. Okay, well, I filled a whole page with notes. Guess what? I'm going to be turning you loose soon. Okay. Oh, let's pause. Pause the record. So go to D2L, load up list.h. All right. Somebody, once you get it loaded up, share it with the class. I'm too lazy to do it. Share it with the class. There we go. Thank you, Jack. And whoa, here we go. This is just what we've been talking about. List.h is now a class. List.h is going to help me manipulate an array, a static data type. We checked is empty. Do you notice how is full is not there, but don't exclude it from your thought throughout the rest of the semester. Insert an item. Oh, they call it erase. We called it delete and display. Boy, it's kind of nice when documentation is there that you can skim through in the beginning of a program. Seemed back in 121, it was totally irrelevant. I didn't need anything like that. All right, we come down and we see a capacity of 1,024. Boy, that could be a waste of a lot of memory, couldn't it? What's nice about finally creating this fixed data type capacity, if I wanted to use this and realize I'm using less than 50 items all the time, I can come in and change that 1,024 to a little bit less memory space than what's needed. What is 1,024 so special about? That's kind of a crazy number, but in your computer world, you know that is anybody? That's 2 to the 10th power. 2 to the 10th power. How many bytes make up a kilobyte? 1,000, yeah, 1,024. That number is big time relevant. A lot of you wrote a program for me where you had to guess a number between 1 and 1,024, right? And if you picked the middle and then did higher or lower and picked the middle, you would be able to get that number within 10 guesses. Oh, we did do that, didn't we? Okay, we come down and I see that there is in line 26 a default constructor. Nothing really going on in there. It's just listed. Don't know if I'll ever need to change it or not, but that's there. I have Boolean line 35. I need to, okay, this is my specification file. Empty is going to need to be written. Insert. I know I'm going to need an insert. I know I'm going to need an erase. We called it delete. The more common name is delete, so I don't know why this is currently erased. I have a display down on the bottom. Hopefully some of these programs that we're doing that are, get everybody back up to speed. What do I have? My size. That's the current size of the list stored. Element type. Element type. Scroll back up to the top. Element type in line 19. Element type is like, I am now defining the word element type to be an int. It is creating this class to work with this static array of integers, clearly. But what happens if I said, in one word, I'd like to change this so that it works with doubles instead of ints? Line 19, now wherever I see the element type, and if I change int to double, it'll work for doubles for me. So element type is something that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. All right, thanks, Jack. Okay, so the rest of the class, 45 minutes, is going to be a group project. You given list.h, that's kind of good. We need to create the implementation file. We need to create. So let me ask you this. Do you like it called demo file, or do you like it called a driver file? I've always called it a demo file.
Yeah, everything I read always called it a driver.
Driver?
Yeah, but I mean, we use demo a lot, so that's why I'm switching back and forth between the two now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with either one. I didn't know if everybody's like, well, you're the only person in the world who does that. Okay, so we need to create those two. Now, what we need to do is, if I said to you right now, okay, I'm going to set a time limit of 1:45, and it needs to be uploaded into the discussion board, this thing working. Because we know at 1:46, time's up. Patient died. I don't care if you fixed his arm, his leg, and his elbow, but you forgot his heart, and time is up and he died. So you might get a lot of good things working here, but you got to get the whole thing so the patient doesn't die. All right. Oh boy. If I turned you loose, how would you do this? Well, hopefully you would not have a dictator. Everybody says, well, I'll just do it all myself. And hopefully you have no freeloaders, because a freeloader is no fun, and a freeloader shouldn't get any credit, and a freeloader doesn't really learn anything. Casey,
Um, I don't know if this was an accident or not, but you uploaded an implementation and the demo file for the list already.
but I deleted it real quick.
Oh, when I logged in for today, I downloaded everything because I thought it would be used in class.
All right,
Should I?
I'm gonna hack into your computer right now and delete it.
Okay, okay. I just won't look at it then.
Well, yeah, don't look at it. It's gonna pop up. I think I set it for 1:30 to pop up anyhow. I just had to change the. Okay, so let's see. We have the implementation file, and we have the demo file that need to be written. So if I'm the boss, I'm going to say, hey, you go write this function, you go write that function, you do that. And then I want you all send them to me, and they're all going to work. Well, that would be easy. All right, so I need some names for a demo file. Empty's pretty easy. I'm going to put a name on there. We're going to have a couple people working on this insert, not dessert. It'd be nice to have dessert. Couple people working on erase, and a couple people working on display. Well, this is okay, except somebody needs to be in charge. Somebody needs to know, I need to be able to go see insert, how they doing. Uh-oh, I need to send another person or two over there to help them out. The person in empty is done. I need to have control. I can send them over to erase. The people writing the demo, I need to check in on them. Oh boy, what's going to be important? making sure everything's named the same way. Well, luckily we have the header file that has things listed and named for us. But we need a master. Somebody to be in charge. And I'm going to make this person the class co-host because we're going to have breakout rooms. Let's see. The demo will be room 1. This will be room 2. This will be room 3. This will be room 4. And this will be room 5. So I'm going to have 5 rooms. And the co-host will be able to jump in and out of those rooms, making sure everything is running smoothly. I would like a volunteer to be the co-host. So I have 1 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 people in the class. Who wants to sign up to be in charge of this project? Because the next time we do an in-class project, I'm going to give you rules and say go. I'm not going to do all of this breaking down for you. It used to be great in the classroom because people would be running around from one computer to another, to another, to another. But the reality is, today's world, we have to do it this way. We have to be able to solve it online. I know who I would put as co-host right now. Did I pick one? Nod your heads. Okay. Zach, you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Okay. So we have all these different rooms. I need you to say your name in a room. Kyle, pick something hard.
Yeah, I'll take a I don't know, a race. Is a race hard on into you? Because it's all the same to me.
And Kyle's in. Come we only have 42 minutes to finish this. Or should I just go? What, Casey? Where?
A display?
Display. Yeah, that should be pretty easy. So when you're done, Jack should be able to keep going.
I'll take insert.
Insert. Who was that? That was
That's Andrea.
Andrea's on insert.
I'll go empty.
I'll go empty as well.
I'll go erase.
Can I do demo?
I heard Hector on a race. Demo name.
Shay.
Display again.
Hang on. Demo. Give me another name.
Logan.
Insert. Give me a name.
Jarrett.
I'll do a demo.
Zach.
I'll also do demo.
I think Kendria is on demo. Who was the one right before Kendria? You're not in demo anymore.
Kunjin? Oh,
I'm sorry. Who was it? Kunjin. I'm putting you on empty. That's easy. Maybe when you're done, Jack will send you over to demo.
I'm also gonna do empty if that space is not taken.
Your name?
Emily.
Emily.
I'll
Insert.
go in display. Yeah,
Name.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. I have 3 spots left.
I'll do insert Amanda.
Amanda is on insert.
I'll do display.
These are going to be the hardest too. Who was display?
I'll do display.
Name?
Syed.
Syed?
I'll go erase. Nicholas.
That's good because that's all that's left.
yes, I'll be demo.